right, folks, let's talk about the fact that Israel is now on its own. So, over the last 36 hours, of course, we've had the aftermath of this consulate in Damascus, I believe, hit. And the Iranian diplomats, now, of course, you ask the Israelis, these are, people that are decision makers, as they like to say, about some of the more nefarious things that are going on. If you ask the Iranians, these are diplomats, and this is a legitimate diplomatic hub that got hit. So what's going on now is you have the aftermath. And America, and I think honestly it's because the Democrats have a lot of pro-Palestinian constituents, they're effectively starting to leave Israel to its own devices. This is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Multiple reasons. So Biden basically, and Blinken too, have both said that from here, we're not really supporting you anymore, at least as it pertains verbally. Now, there's been shipments, there's been arms, and there's been other deals going on. So there's support on a logistical sense. However, out loud, basically, Joe administration has said, we are not supporting of any of this. You guys need to cease and desist. You need to have a ceasefire, and you need to be working towards some kind of a peaceful resolution to the whole thing. Now, you add in the attempt, supposedly, on Minister Ben-Gvir's life. He's the really hardcore one. He just had, supposedly, an attempt on his life. So he's going to really be hawkish, or pro-war, I guess, be the best way to put it. And now we're at this kind of moment where Israel knows it's not going to have the support of America, at least from a fighting sense. Iran knows that Israel is not going to have the support of America from a fighting sense. And the gloves are about to come off on both ends. This is incredibly dangerous. So now what the potential is Israel and Iran fully getting into a real war. No more of this proxy stuff. No more of this, campaign in Gaza, Hezbollah, parts of Iraq and Syria stuff. We're talking the real deal. That happens, and the entire area, the entire Middle East is going to go up in flames. Now, I understand, the Joe administration, I want to say I understand. I get with the thinking of what the Joe administration is doing. Basically, they're worried about an election coming up in November. If they do not have the constituency of these pro-Palestinian people, and numerous things have come out showing that Joe is really losing large blocks of voters that have been quintessentially Democratic in focus, Latino, African American, 18 to 34. All of these people have always been more Democratic in scope on their politics, and now they're being left behind. They're not in the camp, and a lot of this has to do with what's going on in the sour look that the war is having in the Middle East. And so now, outwardly, there has to be some pushback from the Biden administration. Israel is really kind of left out in the wind. They're isolated at this point. There really isn't another country I can really think of that is going to come to their aid or assist them should this really go hot. And it's looking like it's going to go hot. So now where you're at, well, you've got Iran and, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, all of them are ready to basically go and have a trident, a three-tiered three-front attack on Israel. At that point, if Israel feels like this is existential, it will really have to do with what's going on with the Americans. Will the Americans come to the aid of Israel, or will they be left in the wind? And at that point, it will become existential for Israel. What will their response be? Will we go towards something like a Samson option? Please tell me your thoughts in the comments, because I'd love to hear what you have to say, because I've got no clue. This could go very bad very quickly. Thank you so much for joining us on the Global Intel Channel.